I want to be honest today about something I don't always talk about. I tried a lot of things to heal from deep hurt. I stayed busy. I gave it time. I told myself to just move on. I journaled. I talked to friends I trusted. I prayed, so much prayer, and I still felt stuck. None of these things were wrong. They just weren't enough on their own. What I came to discover through step 2 of my forgiveness framework, only the atonement can heal, is that there is a wound deep inside me that I couldn't heal on my own. I found a source that could, one that just didn't help me cope, but helped me heal the places I'd given up on. When I finally stopped trying to fix this all on my own, something shifted. I talk about this in my book, Unwrapping Forgiveness. I want to share a word that changed the way I understood healing. Atonement. I thought I knew what it meant. Then I started studying it and pondering what it meant. And I realized breaking down the word at one meant bringing back into oneness with God, with myself, with others. With that, I came to believe that step 2 of my forgiveness framework, only the atonement can heal, wasn't just a theological idea. It was deeply personal. I came to believe that through Jesus Christ's infinite atonement, he took on every wound, every betrayal, every sin, every pain I would ever feel, so that I would not have to carry it alone. That realization began to shift something inside me. In my book, Unwrapping Forgiveness, I walk through how I learned to access that healing in my own life, step by step. Subscribe to follow along and learn more. For a long time, I thought the atonement was only about sin. Understanding that it's infinite, that it covers not just sin, but pain. The unspeakable pain that no one else can understand changed everything. I discovered that Jesus suffered not just for what I did wrong, but for everything that was done wrong to me. Every betrayal, every moment I felt alone, I felt unseen, unheard, or I was lonely. He entered into all that pain for me, for you, for everyone, infinite pain, so that we wouldn't have to carry it alone. Understanding that changed the way I prayed, the way I forgave, the way I could interact with everyone. It changed what I believed was possible for me. Step 2 of my forgiveness framework, only the atonement can heal, is powerful, a truth I carry with me every day and every moment when I'm sad, when I'm lonely, when my feelings have been hurt, and it changes how I act every day. Subscribe to follow along the journey as I talk about my book, Unwrapping Forgiveness. I knew that healing was available, and for a long time, I didn't know how to actually let it in. Here are 3 things that I did that finally made the difference, and that I can tie to step 2 of my forgiveness framework. Only the atonement can heal. 1, I named the hurt out loud, not to relive it, but to stop hiding from it. I said, this happened. It hurt. And I needed help beyond what I could do myself. 2, I stopped asking God to heal that other person and started asking him to heal me. This shift changed my prayers completely. 3, I chose gratitude as my daily practice, even when I didn't feel it. This kept the door open for me to heal. I'm not saying these steps are for everyone, but for me, they made all the difference. I go into detail of this framework in my book, coming summer 2026, Unwrapping Forgiveness. I want to share something personal with you. I'm Heather Mylan-Mains. When I was working on my forgiveness framework, step 1 is feel the hurt. That was hard work. Actually feeling the hurt of something I'd done or something that had happened to me, and not just pushing past it with keeping busy and being distracted with everyday life, but actually feel it. It's what made step 2 possible, which is recognizing that only the atonement can heal. I'm not saying that it looked the same every time I've worked through forgiveness, but I am saying I know what it's like to carry something that's so painful and so hard that I can't heal it by myself. And I know what it feels like to accept the gift of Jesus Christ's infinite atonement and feel that pain wash away as I'm healed, and I can feel the joy that comes from accepting that gift. If this message means something to you, I'd love for you to subscribe and stay with me on this journey as I talk about forgiveness and gratitude and joy. I'm glad you're here.